Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lies official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers recap for Wednesday, July 19, reveals that Xander Cook surprised Chloe Lane with a new dartboard to celebrate the 3-month anniversary of when she accidentally threw a dart near his heart. On Wednesday's episode, Xander said it was like Cupid's arrow since he fancied Chloe from that moment on. Once Xander put the dartboard up, he made a bet with Chloe about who would win. Chloe managed to pull off another victory and got a massage out of it, which ultimately led to them getting passionate on the sofa. At the Kyriakis mansion on Wednesday's episode, Maggie Kyriakis caught Bonnie Kyriakis and Justin Kyriakis discussing a secret, so she assumed she knew what it was. Bonnie asked who told Maggie and mentioned Rex Brady's name, so Maggie was confused since she just figured Justin was furious with her over Alex Kyriakis moving out. Justin assured Maggie that he wasn't, so she still had questions about Rex and realized the secret must actually involve Sarah Horton. Bonnie ended up claiming that Sarah was back together with Rex and didn't want anyone to know. Maggie thanked Bonnie for telling her and decided she'd call Sarah later to see if she'd open up. Once Maggie was out of the room, Bonnie called Sarah to let her know what happened so that she could play along with her mother. However, Sarah still didn't want anyone to know she was pregnant with Xander's child. Bonnie gave Justin updates on her phone conversation with Sarah and worried since secrets have a way of coming out, especially when the secret is a baby. Meanwhile, Chad Tamara and Stephanie Johnson were just about to have a romantic Chinese takeout dinner when a shirtless Alex arrived on their doorstep. Alex's hot water wasn't working, so he asked if he could use Stephanie and Chad's shower. Chad argued that Alex should just take a cold one and wasn't happy about Alex showing up unannounced. After Chad lashed out at Alex, Stephanie convinced Chad to let him shower ahead of his work meeting in the morning. Alex took way longer than the 5 minutes he promised and came out wearing Chad's robe, so there was more tension. Chad felt like Alex only took the apartment across from them because he was hung up on Stephanie, but Alex insisted they were just friends now, and Stephanie backed him up. Alex and Chad didn't like each other very much, but Alex thought maybe they could learn to be good neighbors. Chad cooled off a bit, but then Alex saw that they had takeout from his favorite Chinese restaurant and asked if he could stay for dinner. Stephanie and Chad allowed it, but Alex finally got kicked out once they were done. After Stephanie told Alex it was time to go, she showed him the door and made out with Chad once they were finally alone. At the Tamara mansion on Wednesday's DOOO show, Gabby Hernandez heard about Stefan Tamara's truce with EJ Tamara and approved of the news. Stefan also felt the situation with Dmitry von Lushno worked out well since it was better for him to stay close so they could keep an eye on him. Talk eventually turned to what Gabby had done earlier, so she confessed to being armed when she confronted Lai Shin. Stefan flipped out since Lai could have gotten the upper hand on Gabby and harmed her. Gabby didn't think Lai would do that and argued that she could handle herself anyway. After Gabby explained that Lai seemed to truly be moving on, she mentioned his new matchmaker profile and the fact that he had a date tonight. Gabby hoped Lai met the woman of his dreams so that he'd leave them alone. Stefan remained upset over Gabby, taking matters into her own hands again, so he made her promise that they'd deal with things together since he didn't want to lose her. At the bar on Wednesday's episode, DA Melinda Trask was disgusted when she realized she'd matched with Lai through the matchmaking service they both used. Although Melinda felt they had nothing in common, Lai disagreed since they were both collateral damage when it came to Stefan and Gabby's romance. Once Lai convinced Melinda to join him in toasting to the couple's misery, she noticed the Lost Love label on the wine that he'd ordered. Melinda told Lai a story about taking a Napa bike trip during the time off she had between law school and starting a new job. After Melinda opened up about feeling free back then, she recalled putting the wine bottle labels in her journal. Melinda forgot one at the end of the trip and couldn't remember the name, until today when Lai ordered Lost Love and brought it all back to her. Lai wound up giving Melinda the label, but she admitted she lost the journal. Lai suggested Melinda would just have to start another one and exchanged a tender look with her. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that a familiar face will return, therefore we have some exciting return news to share with fans. Tamara Braun will reprise her role as Ava Vitali, so let's speak about her return and what Days has in store for her. Ava's mental health troubles drove her so far off the rails that she had to be committed in December 2022. Ava continued imagining Charlie Dale, Mike Manning, and seeing twisted things that weren't there, as viewers will recall. Despite her sins and faults, Ava was eventually sent to Bayview, but Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, refused to abandon his mother. Trip has tried to be kind with Ava and offer her the support she requires because she wasn't in her right mind. Unfortunately, Ava's off-screen stay at a mental institution has resulted in some difficulties. There were occasions when Ava appeared to be catatonic and unable to respond to Trip's presence. However, Ava's reappearance is a positive sign for her rehabilitation. Because Ava will appear on screen again at some time, she will be well enough to communicate and may be on the approach of being discharged. Since Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, begged Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, to sign the paperwork and sent him to Bayview as well, there has been talk that Harris may interact with Ava while they are both locked up there. Depending on how things turn out, this could lead to a chance at love, or at least friendship. Regardless, Days spoilers indicate that Ava is likely lonely and could benefit from the company of someone like Harris. There's no news yet on Ava's specific return date or any other story elements, but the authors are undoubtedly cooking up something exciting. We'll keep you updated as more information on Tamara Braun's upcoming stint becomes available. What are your thoughts on Tamara Braun reprising her role as Ava Vitali? Are you looking forward to the return of Ava's Days? According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, more casting shocks may be on the way, so stay tuned. CTR will have more hot Days of Our Lives spoilers. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.